appropriate for foundation students, and if you're doing higher, you'll be able to use factorization when changing the subject. Okay, so let's focus on the first one first, so which is to be able to change the subject of simple formulae. Okay, make x the subject of this formulae. So we have t is equal to rx plus k. Now we are making x the subject. So this is the x we have, and in order to make the x the subject, we need to get rid of everything else. So first of all, we need to get rid of the k. Now you must be thinking, why can I not get rid of r first? It's always best to get rid of the term that is on its own, because it's r times x. So if you divide by r both sides, it wouldn't work out because we've got the k on this side as well. So we have to get rid of the k first. Okay, so let's minus k from this side. Now, according to the rule of solving equations, we need to get rid of k from the left hand side as well to keep it balanced. So left side we have t minus k, and on the right hand side we have rx, and k minus k is 0. Now let's get rid of the r, because we want x on its own. Because it's r times x, between r and x we have a multiplication sign, r times x. So what we need to do is we have to divide by r both sides, because opposite of multiplying is dividing. So let's divide by r on the left side and divide by r on the right hand side. So if you divide t minus k by r, we have t minus k over r. And rx divided by r is just x, because the two r's cancel out. Okay, and we have made x the subject. Let's have a look at another example. Y is equal to 3 brackets 3x minus a. We are making x the subject again. So this is the x, we make it subject. Now there's two different ways you can do this one. First of all, you can divide by 3 both sides and then solve it as usual, or you can actually expand the brackets and solve it. So let's do the first way, because that way is probably going to be the quickest. So divide by 3 both sides, divide by 3, divide by 3. So that will give us y over 3 is equal to 3 and 3 cancel out, so we're left with just 3x minus a. Now we're going to get rid of a first, the term that is on its own. So let's add a on both sides, so y over 3. So let's add a on this side, add a on this side. So y over 3 plus a and equals to 3x. Now the minus a and plus a cancel out. Now all we have to do is get rid of the 3 here. So because it's 3 times x, we are going to divide by 3 both sides. Divide by 3. Okay. So that's going to give us y over 3 plus a divided by 3 is equal to x. Now on the left hand side, you probably realize it's got a fraction and then another fraction, so we have to actually simplify that fraction. So let's do this over here. So y over 3 plus a, and according to rules of the dividing fractions, we keep the first fraction same and we flip the other one, so that becomes times by 3, and that's equal to x. Okay, so you can leave your answer as it is, like that, or you can expand the brackets. I say it's best if you leave it like that. Now you must be thinking, how do I get from here to there? Now it's quite confusing, I know, but if you want to make it a bit more simpler, what you can do is write it out. So y over 3 plus a. Now because it's y over 3 over a, I can write the 3 here separately as a fraction as times by 1 over 3 divided by 1 over 3. 1 over 3, and like that. And then you can do keep the first fraction same, first term same, then the flip the second one and change the sign. Okay, now let's have a go at the next example. Again, we are making x the subject. So like I said before, always get rid of the term or number whichever is on its own. So over here, plus 2 is on its own. So we'll take away 2 from this side, take away 2 on this side. So bt minus 2 is equal to x over 4. Now, because it's x over 4, we have to times it, because opposite of dividing is multiplying. So times by 4 this side, times by 4 this side. So if you times the left side, that will give us 4c minus 8. And 4 and 4 cancel out, left with just x. So x is equal to 4c minus 8. You can swap the sides as well if you want. X is equal to 4c minus 8. Now let's move on to the second objective that we have. So be able to change the subject over formula involving powers. Okay, so we can see y is equal to square root of x plus a. So we need to make x the subject again. Okay, so we have to isolate x. Now because the square root on the right hand side, first of all we need to get rid of the square root, and there's only way to get rid of the square root is by doing the opposite, and it's squaring. So let's square both sides. So square left side will give you y squared, and square root of x plus a, if you square that, the square and the root cancel out, and that leaves us with plus x plus a. All you have to do is get rid of the a from both sides, so minus a, okay, y squared minus a is equal to x. Next example, slightly different. We have a square x squared now, so making x a subject, t is equal to x squared plus 9. So like I said, just like before, get rid of the number that is on its own, minus 9 from both sides, so that gives us t minus 9 is equal to x squared. Now square root both sides to get rid of the square. Now opposite of square root is squaring both sides, and opposite of square is square rooting both sides. So t, let's square root both sides, so square root this side and square root this side. That will give us t minus 9 square root of t minus 9, and square and the root cancel out, that leaves it with x. Next example, making x a subject now. Now we're moving on to the higher end of the changing formulae, so be able to use a factorization when changing the subject. So on the left hand side we have xh is equal to 3x plus ax. Now you probably realize we got two lots of x's and we're making x the subject. Now the only way to get rid of one of the x's is going to be by factorizing. So let's factorize the right hand side. Now you probably realize I cannot get rid of anything. If I cannot just get rid of a or 3 by itself because they are multiplying by x. So the only way to get rid of A is factorising. So h is equal to factorise this expression on the right, and that'll give us x is in common, x outside bracket, and we have 3 plus a inside bracket. Now you probably realize now we've got x on its own and we've got another term next to it. So all we have to do is get rid of 3 plus a. Now because it's x times 3 plus a, we have to do is divide by 3 plus a this side and divide by 3 plus a on the left side. Okay, now h divided by 3 plus a is going to be h over 3 plus a, and on the right hand side 3 plus a and 3 plus a cancel out, it leaves with just x, and that's it. So x is equal to h over 3 plus a. Let's have a go another example where we have to make x the subject by factorising. Now in this example we can see on the left hand side we have an x, on the right hand side we have another x. Now we have two x's and two sides. Think about a river, and we have two people on two sides and they need to meet each other. So what we need to do is get one of the x's and bring it to the other side. So maybe we can bring this x on this side, and the only way we can do is by getting rid of my ax on the right hand side, and then we can get rid of b on the left hand side. Okay, let's do this now. So let's minus ax on the right hand side, minus ax, and minus ax on this side as well. So that will give us 5x minus ax, still got the plus b here, plus b is equal to 0 because ax take away ax is 0. Now we need to get rid of the b. I'll leave 5x and ax on this side because I need both x's, and then I can factorize it once I get rid of the b. So 5x minus ax, so minus b from this side, minus b from this side. So that will give me b take away b is 0, and on the right hand side I'll have minus b. So 0 minus b is just minus b. Now you can see I've got two x's here, so let's factorize it. So take x in the outside bracket, and that'll give us 5 minus a. And on the right hand side we have minus b. Let's get rid of minus 5 minus a. So divide by 5 minus a on the left side, and divide by 5 minus a on the right hand side. So like 5 minus a divided by 5 minus a leaves us with just x. These two cancel out, and on the right hand side minus b over 5 minus a. Okay, and we made x the subject. Okay, and now that was the last example on changing the subject. So we looked at some easy questions for foundation, and the last few questions was changing the subject by factorizing, which usually comes up on higher exam. And I'm hoping that helps. Now I'm going to give you some questions to try. Now if you are doing a foundation, I would say focus on the red questions and the amber questions, and if you're doing higher, I would say focus on the green questions. So you've got 3 sets of questions. Now have a go at them. I'm going to end the live stream very soon, but the video is going to be available online. So when you have a go at those questions, pause the video and have a go at them, and then you have a challenge question there. So anyone can have a go at this challenge question if you're doing higher and foundation, or whichever you're doing. So in this one, make each of A, B, C and D the subject of this formula. Okay, so what you're going to do, first of all, you're going to make A the subject. Once you've done that, make B the subject, and finally make C the subject. So you're going to do 3 different answers. Okay, and these are the answers of the question that I've shown you before. So the red, amber, and the green answers for those questions. So like I said, pause the video, have a go at them, and then go to the answers and check if you got the answers. Just like I said, this video will be available soon on YouTube so that you can go through those questions again. Okay, now this was the end of the live stream. I hope this helps. Now, every Tuesday I'll be live from 7 p.m. till 8 p.m. and every week I'll be going through different topics, mainly focusing on